Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Grounded. This is episode 8. Last time we killed a bunch of stink bugs, got ourselves a gas mask and a insect hammer, and we picked out a new place to set up our base, which after a few hours of construction and gathering is looking alright. Got the pallets here in order to store our construction materials, but yeah, it was a lot of just hauling planks from down there to up here. And there's that wolf spider again. At least you can always tell when it's around because you can see the grass bending, but I think it sleeps like over there. So that'll be a potential problem, but also it will eventually be a thing we kill because we're gonna need its fangs. Also, I don't think he can get up here unless I aggro him. If I aggro him, he'll do his jump attack and land up here, and that'll be awful, but otherwise, I don't think he'll just wander up here, even with my little staircase. But yeah, there was quite a grassacre that I had to commit down here to get enough planks just to make this. So right now I have a lean-to outside because we actually don't know how to make a bed, and I didn't want to just put this inside. So I have my little, work camp out front. We go in here, pretty basic. I didn't want to build any of the important stuff in between episodes. I thought that'd be something we'd actually do here. But I got my little storage shelf, because we're probably going to need even more space than this, honestly. I'll probably put another row above it. But all of that can be accessed directly from here, so we don't have to open everything up to craft stuff, as long as we have the materials. And then here is my gear chest. Oh, also, I made a set of ant armor, because it actually increases the amount of grass or weeds you can haul from 5 to 8. So you can get a big old stack of these on your shoulder, and it makes the whole process of hauling them up here faster. So I was like, I'll just make that. It's not important that we make that on screen. But the secondary effect of this is that soldier ants from the Red Ant base will not attack us. So we can just walk by them and walk into the anthill. Oh, bee. Do you want to take another shot at a bee? It kicked my ass last time. It's too far away. So, I think for this episode, we're going to be building a couple things, but also, we're going to be heading into the Red Anthill and doing some exploring. So, we're going to have to gear up for that. But first, one of the most important things we need to craft is the smithing station, because then we can start upgrading our gear. And we're definitely going to want to do that. We also want a smoothie station, because smoothies will be like our buffs and healing potions. Put one of those here for now. I like that you can pretty much move everything around. Nothing is locked down where you place it, so if you want to rearrange your base or build an extension, you can without too much issue. This also seems to be a pretty good spot for resources because there are a lot of things you need for bases, all located kind of around this rock. There's clovers over there, there's dry grass, there's regular grass, there's weeds, there's a thistle plant right there if we would need arrows. There is a bunch of rocks over by the shovel. So, all of the essential materials are here, except for sap. I actually had to go over to the oak tree on just a sap harvesting mission, as well as acorns. You need those for building as well, so I grabbed a bunch of acorn bits so that hopefully we don't have to go back there soon. Okay, so smoothie station. We're going to want jerky racks, probably a lot of them, but they need a lot of bombardier parts, so going to need to do a lot of bombardier killing to make a set of jerky racks. You can use these for drying meat so that it no longer goes bad, but you can also use it for drying stuff like berries into berry leather, which is much more efficient than crafting 3 pieces because you get 1-to-1. I actually probably would ideally make a bunch of jerky racks over in the hedge by our little workshop, and that way we can go back there once in a while and pick up a lot of berry leather. Let it cure while we're gone. But that's another thing that'll be probably off screen. We can also make garden patches. We have a lot of room on this rock to put down stuff like this. And I haven't come under attack yet, so I guess we didn't piss off anything enough to get another attack. So we don't have to worry about that just yet. Oh, cookery is another thing we're going to want. Put that over here. I don't know exactly how this works because it wasn't in the game last time I played. Before, you had to make the oven in order to actually cook anything, and that's like a tier 2-3 transition item, and probably not even in the game anymore. Or maybe it is. That's how you make bricks, like mushroom bricks, in order to make mushroom walls. Grinder, we're going to want that. I don't know if we have the materials for all this stuff, but I'm just kind of putting it down because we're going to need it. And then we'll build whatever we can. Smithing station. We'll put that over here. Alright. I wish you could build using the materials in your chest for these, but you actually have to look at them all and take them all out. This thing is spinning more silk into rope. Okay, we need brittle quartzite, brittle marble, rope, sap, acorn tops, sludge. Sprigs. I know I have a bunch of rope that I made specifically so I wouldn't have to craft a bunch. Grub a goop. Brittle marble, brittle quartzite. Weed stem. We got some of those outside. We also want to scan one of these weed stems because we haven't done that yet, and there might be a recipe we can unlock. I'm not sure. Okay, acorn shell I have. Flower petals I don't have. I haven't actually collected more of those, I think. I know we needed them when we built our armor, but yeah, I don't think I had any extras. I also learned that you can pretty much haul a chest all the way across the map without having to empty it out by just using this and, like, placing it. The downside to that method is if you get into combat, if something aggro's on you, then you'll have to go back and pick it up, which is why you want to drop it multiple times. But that way I didn't have to empty out the chests by our middle base. I could actually just drag them over here. Okay, so 9 weed stem, 2 clay, 1 acid gland, 1 boiling gland. I might not actually have another boiling gland. I think I used the one we had to craft something. Oh, no. There it is. Oh, it's an acid gland. Never mind. Yeah, we don't have that. I think we need to get it from another bombardier beetle. We can't build that. But the only thing we really need right now is the smithing station. Oh, and we're going to scan one of these feathers, too. So we'll just take this stuff with us so we can scan it while we're out. Okay, now we can upgrade stuff using, I forget what the material is. Brittle whetstones, which we make out of brittle quartzite. I'm not sure why they made it so that there are different tiers of quartzite, but then you need to turn them into a different material anyway, instead of just using more of one. Seems a little weird, but we'll take all this out and see if we can turn that into shards. Okay, we'll make a few of those and see how this works. So we'll upgrade our mosquito needle, which I also made between episodes because we were only missing 1 silk rope. So 2 brittle whetstones will increase damage and durability by 5%. And then we need 4, and then we need 6. I'm not going to upgrade the ant armor because we're not going to be wearing it for that long, and we're hopefully not going to be getting in fights with it. But yeah, now we can upgrade our stuff like that. So this mosquito needle will replace our crappy spear we had before. I think the bee spear does more damage, but of course this has health steal, so that's why it's better to use for now. Okay, I need water. Helpfully, I do have this water storage over here, which I've been filling up. Nope. You can basically just empty out your canteen into this thing in order to fill it out. Another thing we're going to want to build is a dew catcher, but I think we actually can't do that until we scan the rope. And that will allow us to produce water instead of just collecting it.
No water filtration tablets needed.
Alright, grab that. We're also going to need torches for this adventure. Probably more than one, because I think one won't last. We need more dry grass. Luckily, we have a massive amount of it located right next to us. So yeah, building like that can take a while, especially if you're not in a super convenient spot. Like, we're pretty close to everything, but still just the idea of going out, grabbing the stuff, walking up here. What I really need is to increase my stack size, so we have to find those milk molars now that we can actually collect them. And that means I'm going to have to go back to the hedge at some point to get the ones that are up on the lab. But we have to go up there anyway to get the broodmother recipe, so we can do those at the same time. Repair my axe, because that's pretty essential. Do I have any bandages? I have one stack. Alright. Deposit everything we don't need. Oh, also at night.
Not bad.
As you can hear, this rock gets covered in fireflies.
Firefly?
So it will be pretty easy for us to farm the firefly gear we need in order to
Taking a look.
make a firefly lamp. Also, I need to build a roof to keep them out of my goddamn house. What are fireflies weak against? Stabbing. Well, isn't that convenient? I don't know if the other ones can see me. I also discovered there is actually power attacks in this game. You have to hold it for a really long time. I don't know why my bow doesn't want to fire. I have arrows. God damn. That goo does so much damage. Oh, it's because I'm using the shitty armor. Got him. I always forget when I put on the ant armor that I don't have the ladybug durability anymore. Alright, how much of that do we need to make the helmet? We only need 4. So we actually almost have enough for that, and the helmet is pretty good armor. But we can't really use it in the ant nest without losing our ant disguise. Make 2 of those. Alright, what is the deal with this bow? Why is it not firing? Because I have 0 arrows. Oh, I do have 0 arrows. I was looking at the mosquito needle and thinking that was an arrow. Alright, we don't want to go to sleep just yet. I noticed all the fireflies left. I wonder if they got mad that I killed one of them. But they couldn't reach me.
Don't even need to boil it.
Alright. Well, fill up again. This thing is almost empty after that. But water drops do kind of spawn right back here, so it's not a big deal. It's pretty easy to refill it. Alright, smoothies. So, with smoothies, it doesn't really craft. Oh, they actually added a tab for that. I was going to say, it doesn't really craft the way the other stuff does. You just drop stuff in, and if you know the recipe, you might get something. But it looks like now it'll just tell you the recipes, so you don't have to do that. But it allows you essentially to make ones that you don't have the recipe for, if you happen to guess at it. You can also just make ones that are not a recipe, that are just random stuff, and they won't have any buffs, but they will still heal you. So it is good to just make a bunch of, like, crappy ones if you just need highly healing potions. I believe one of the best ones we can make, or the easiest ones to mass produce, requires algae from the pond. So we'll have to grab one of those when we're by the water. Alright, let's just sleep. Sleep until it's almost morning. But I think we've spent enough time on this rock. It's time to get out there and kill something. Eat this aphid, which is about to go bad. And there we go. Do we have a science station around here? You can see there's a BURG.L chip. I believe this is the BURG.L chip that is inside the anthill. We gotta watch out for the wolf spider. But yeah, I love that from up here I can just kind of like chart his path by the grass. And very easily avoid him. Most of the wolf spiders, though, they have like very, snug little sleeping spots. But this one, I think, sleeps like just over here somewhere between the rocks. You can hear him during the day. Is that raw science? No, it's a mixer. Avoid the stink bugs. I did not bring the gas mask because I didn't think we need it. So I definitely don't want to fight a stink bug. Stink bug versus ants. Alright, let's get this torch on our hot bar.
Those soldier ants mean business.
The red anthill is not too big. It's not nearly as big as the black anthill, but there's still a good amount of stuff to discover. So yeah, now the red ants are friendly with us. If we stab them, they'll still stab back, but they won't attack us unless we provoke them now. And now we can descend into the darkness. I think they actually do go into the anthill during the night. You can see they also just kind of come and go.
Ant crossing.
They do their own things. Alright, well, before we descend, let's get a photo. I discovered there is a quick button for photo mode, which is important if you want to take like aerial shots, so I put it on my side mouse button. So that way, it'll be much easier to get a close-up on stuff instead of having to try to time it perfectly. Excellent. Now let's just play around with it a little bit. I almost wish you could make the teen a little bigger for some of these. Just increase the size a little bit for the purposes of a photo. I love that you don't have to wait for a specific time of day. That is one of the best features of this photo mode. Alright. So, into the darkness we go.
Let there be light! Ant spotted!
as I said previously, there is a material we need from
Hey,
this
Mr.
ant
Ant.
nest that is extremely important
Ant
for
spotted.
progress. But I think it'll probably be the last
Ant.
thing we get before we leave. I don't know why there was just 2 shards there. I'm gonna say that we will also find a bunch of upgrade materials in here.
Ant crossing.
Okay, where do we want to go first? I don't think everything
Hey,
connects.
Mr. Ant.
I think there are a couple dead ends in
That
here.
ant go.
And they never added
Those
the...
soldier ants mean business.
Jesus, Pete, shut up. For 5 seconds. You don't have to say something for
Hey,
every
Mr.
ant. He wasn't this bad before, but now he's just like, every time he sees one. Oh. That, right there, is what we want. We need to obtain some ant eggs. And even with our disguise, the ants are not happy if you take their eggs. Where are you putting these? Okay, just fucking yeets it. So if I try to pick this up right now, all of the ants nearby will become aggro. You have to do it when they're not looking. Can I just fucking kick it? No, it doesn't have physics. I also don't know if you can, like,
Soldier ant spotted.
sneak into it. Anyway, we don't need that right now. No, this is not a breakable rock. Because I don't really need my sword out.
Ant spotted.
The number of eggs available is actually dependent on how many ants from the nest are alive. There's like a max amount, so you can't just infinitely steal eggs. You actually have to, like, kind of get them killed if you want more eggs. Otherwise, they'll reach a stable population. But as we saw, they also attack, like, everything around, so they are prone to getting killed on their own. Should get enough out of this to really upgrade our ladybug armor. Okay, we got a room with some raw science. Oh. These nodes also respawn, so we can eventually come back here and farm more quartzite. Though, considering they changed the system, I guess we don't really need a lot of the low-level quartzite later on. You know, we don't need, like, 64 at a time to upgrade something once.
I'm holding raw science in my hands. What does it even mean?
I don't think they'll aggro if I'm carrying it. I don't think they can tell. It's only if they see you pick it up. Oh, hello. More proof that people have died in this fucking backyard. Tiny people. Who were they? Were they Dr. Tully's lab assistants? Were they ominous spies? We don't know yet. But yeah, he dropped a rotten bee face mask, and basically the rotten versions of items are weaker versions that mostly just exist to give you the recipes for the actual items. I don't really know why they're important, because, like, if you scan a bee part, you'll also get the full recipe. It's more there to tell you, like, hey, maybe you should try killing a bee. New Scabby. How close are we to the BURG.L chip? Like, right on top of it. Oh yeah, I think it's actually down here. Egg. The other problem with these eggs is that we can't just, like, haul them around infinitely. They will actually hatch. They have a timer. And that is one of the things that makes them really annoying to make the item out of, because you have a limited amount of time to get them back and craft them. Alright, our torch is doing really good. So this thing should last. And we've circled back around the middle room, a milk molar. Our very first. These things always tank my frame rate when I crack them open. You can see, like, I don't know what it is. I think it's just because it's a model that breaks apart into, like, individual little pieces. Checked all that out. You can hear a stink bug above us. We're not that deep. Just shame that there isn't any ant queens, though. I remember the ant queens in Fallout 3 being fucking horrific. In part because they were giant enemies that would sometimes clip through the walls, but I think they were horrific in a good way. I kind of want to play Fallout 3 again. I know people always go on about how it's inferior to New Vegas, but I don't think it's a bad game. I think it does still have its merits. It is, however, kind of even crustier than Fallout New Vegas in terms of actually playing the base game. Okay, we got a tunnel down here, which means our torch is not going to do us any good. We swim under here. Raw science.
Soldier ant spotted.
Who would have thought we'd spot a soldier ant in the ant nest, Pete? I have to remember to change teens the next time we die, because I think that's the only place you can actually do that. Okay, we're getting some good quartzite as well. There's the BURG.L chip. There is another mint. I believe this mint is significant because it actually does respawn, unlike the ones in the mint box. Oh, look. Another skeleton. How many people have died inside this ant nest? I really don't actually want this stuff. Alright, we got the BURG.L chip. How long do we have on these eggs? They're not too close to hatching yet. We have a little bit of time. But we need to get those to a research station and then immediately try to craft them before they hatch. Otherwise, they literally just turn into an ant where you're standing. It will just, like, pop out of your pocket.
Hey, Mr. Ant.
Alright, now our question is, do we try to steal as many eggs as we can and just fucking run? Or do we not get greedy?
Stop! You violated the law!
This is the egg room. Okay, we're full up. The eggs also don't stack because they have those timers. Red ants want me gone. That means they're gonna come after the base after this. Thankfully, they're not great at attacking you when you're running past them, so we can just get the fuck out of here with our stolen goods. I think that was a pretty good heist. And yeah, see, they don't know out here. It's only the ones that directly witnessed it. The ants cannot communicate crimes to each other. Though, I think they probably actually could. Through pheromones. Alright, I gotta get rid of something, because I can't even put away my stuff now. Well, I got a bandage. Use that, I guess. Alright, we'll head over to the research station near the middle. I wish we had one of these near our base. Alright, and that tells us how to make the Bratburst, which is a bomb that is needed for opening up a bunch of, like, rocks. Basically, for blowing up obstructions. so that's why that's a very important item. It literally blocks off progress in some areas. Make Shinobi sneeze with that, which I think just makes us invisible for a couple seconds so we can escape. Alright, Goop didn't tell us anything. So what is the recipe for Bratburst? I don't remember. We need ant eggs. Oh, we need fungal growth, which means going into the haze. And dry grass, so... I think we can get a little bit of fungal growth pretty quickly. You can get it from nodes, but you can also get it from infected bugs, which I think we spotted previously. Let's see. Yeah. Infected larvae, which are weak against slashing. We can't make a better slashing weapon right now. Okay, what was the other one? Fresh? Yeah, fresh. I don't think we can make any fresh weapons yet. We might have to upgrade something to level 5. And then we can, like, advance it into a fresh weapon. Where am I going? So yeah, if we want to collect fungal growth, we basically just need to break one of those. But to even get in there, we're going to need our mask, which means heading back to base. And we got to do this very quickly. I just turn off all the markers. I notice I can't actually see my base. There it is. I think that went pretty well, though. Oh, no. Please don't end with me dying to a stink bug. That would be a terrible way to end an adventure. I'm trying to remember, like, what other slashing weapons there are aside from the spider fang blade. Because there might be an alternative option, but nothing's coming to mind for tier 2. Alright, we gotta kind of hurry on these eggs. So let's just dump all the upgrade materials. That's not the right... No, this is the right one. This is for upgrade materials only. Right. And the goop. That goes in here. Nope, that goes in here. I guess we'll store these and hope that they don't hatch, because they will hatch even if they're in a box. I think. Okay. And then we store that. Store that. Grab the gas mask. Equip it. Also, grab our good armor. We can't equip the full set, but we can at least put on these. Alright. Put all the ant stuff back in there. We can actually make armor dummies to put those on, and we will at some point to display all of the armor in the game. But for now, we're just going to store it. Alright, and I want to quickly upgrade our ladybug armor as well. Which means we need brittle plating. Yeah, same thing. Defense and durability. So that will hopefully noticeably increase our survivability. Do I have any more water in here? I think I have one more drop.
No water filtration tablets needed.
Alright, this is going to be a quick little adventure into the haze, which we haven't actually explored yet. but it is a... Oh, I think I want the dagger. I'll put the dagger on here. It is a hostile place, full of very hostile, fungally infected bugs. Okay, the meter still comes up, but it doesn't seem like it's going down, so I don't actually know if the haze still does not damage your gas mask. Because that's the same meter that comes up when you're in a stink bug cloud.
God, it's super infected.
Is that a molar right there? There are a bunch of these trenches, and they're
Every time.
usually swarming with the infected.
Yeah.
Alright. So infected larvae are not too much harder than regular larvae, except they have an explosion attack. That's the one that will really mess you up. But otherwise, they're not too much tougher. They have a little bit more health than a regular larva. They have the same attacks otherwise. And that's kind of how all of the infected bugs work. They have all of the regular attacks of their original host, but then they also have one, like, fungal attack. And there is not an infected version of every bug in the game. I think there's 4 or 5 different infected bugs. I mean, you can see there are just a bunch of dead bombardiers in here. They are not immune to the herbicide. Ow, ow, I'm getting shot. He really didn't communicate that combo was about to come out. Well, we are very close. Unfortunately, though, every time we die, the gas mask also will take damage. But we only need a rope to repair it, so it's not really a big deal if it gets damaged. In fact, I'll probably just make a rope right now and fix it up to full. That area is actually worth exploring too, but we won't do that right now. We won't get distracted from our current goal, even though it's so easy to do that in this game. Alright, craft a rope. Oh, you need gnat fuzz too. That was the other thing. Yeah, you don't need stink bug parts, but you need gnat fuzz and rope. I guess that's how you replace the filter. Alright, well, not a big deal. The thing that was shooting at us, which I don't think we can spot in the murk, was an infected mite. The range on that explosion. Like, you think they're going to do their regular attack, and then it's actually an explosion, and it's too late for you to escape. Alright. Poison got him, we got some fungal growth.
Not marker place. Mark that one off the list.
Keep forgetting that it's E. Alright, another fungal growth. Blade Master. Oh, right. I probably want to pick up my gear.
I lost you.
I was like, where's my hammer? Oh, and we upgraded Rock Cracker, which makes you break rocks faster. Not important really unless you're grinding, but anything that makes grinding go a little faster is better. And now that I say that, I remember that I equipped the cut down grass better mutation. So I want to unequip that. Grass Master. It just makes it so it takes less hits to cut down a strand of grass. Re-equip Parry Master. Alright, let's see if we can get a bit more fungal growth down here. Can I make a bandage? I don't know if I have grass. I don't have any grass down here. There is a feather, though. Ow. Is that just a mite? I think I hear a larva behind it. Nope, just two of these guys. More than two of these guys. There's like 5. I did actually collect quite a few feathers, though, when I was just kind of, you know, picking stuff up. That's why I have like 10 back at the base. Alright. If I can kill these guys, that should actually be enough fungal growth. Or I could just run around and try to collect these. I think I'm hitting the feather. Feather, please. My health is so low. And there's so many feathers down here. It's because when the crow lands on top of the Haze canister, feathers fall off and they often kind of just keep piling up in these trenches. They float down from up there. Whatever, we got, I think, enough fungal growth. But you can see why the Haze is a nasty place. And we didn't even run into anything particularly bad. Whew. Home sweet home. Alright, quickly. Make the Bratbursts before they hatch. Okay, we can make 3. Oh, we need more dry grass. God damn. You'd think I wouldn't run out of dry grass, but there's so much of it here that I don't even bother, like, stocking up on it. Get a little bit of health back. So yeah, I guess this is something I'm gonna need to grab a bunch of stacks of. Oh, here's a bunch of the ones I cut down earlier. I have, like, actively pushed the grass line back a couple feet, or centimeters in this game's measurements. I do like that all of the measurements in distance are in centimeters like that, instead of meters like they would be in a normal game, because we are tiny. I don't know that the scale in this game is really that, you know, accurate to anything, but as long as it's fun, it's not that important that it be scientifically accurate, tiny person simulator, you know? Okay. Make more. Here come the fireflies. They don't remember my transgressions of yesterday. Need more bandages. And I need food. I don't think I have any food left. There isn't really an easy food source around here, which is why it would help to... Oh, there's a scabby under here. The sad stab. there's a wolf spider. That's his spot right there between those two rocks. And looking for like an aphid or something. Just in time. What? Get your own aphid.
Light up the night sky, Firefly. Don't even need to boil it.
Hoping to find another aphid.
Ant spotted.
Well, we've got a rotten apple here. Well, I guess it's not rotten yet. If there's no one home, though, I wonder where these apples are even coming from.
Hey, Mr. Ant.
We have to take the good ones before the fucking ants eat them all. You don't even have room for them. Is there any mushrooms over here? That's a mosquito. So, I think our next goal is going to be to go into the Haze lab, but that would require us to have a better weapon. And I'm not really sure yet what I want to do for that. Because I'm thinking we could make a fresh slashing weapon. We have enough mint bits to upgrade something to fresh, but then that weapon would be kind of useless against anything that resists fresh. But I think that would be universally effective against all of the fungal infected. I don't know if they keep... Oh, there's a button for that. Okay. I don't know if they keep the resistances of their host, or if they all are just weak against the same thing. Let's look at the might. Infected larva, infected mite, chopping, fresh, and slashing. Yeah, so I think they're all weak against fresh, but they're not necessarily all weak against slashing. How much time do we have on those ant eggs? I think that means that they're about to hatch. I think it fills up instead of emptying. Well, I know I want to repair the blade. I want to repair my shield, which I can't do because I need a live wheel for that. Repair my mask. We're going to go back in for another quick dive. And hopefully get a couple more. I guess we need 6 more, probably. Because we have 3 eggs. Get a couple more of these, and then that'll call it an episode, and we'll have Bratbursts, which we can keep in our pocket for whenever we run into the places we need them. Because you kind of always want to have those on hand if you don't already know where all the bombable spots are, and I definitely don't exactly remember all of the bombable spots. You can also obviously use them in combat, but because they're such a pain to get those eggs, I feel like it's a waste to use them in combat. Ow. Alright, I'm hoping that nothing has respawned down here. It's just the same mites from before. These guys are actually a lot more resilient, though, than the regular mites. Like, we're using their weakness, and it still takes quite a few hits. Still, this should be a lot of fungus right here. And I think the debuff they give you when they hit you with their shot actually negates your armor temporarily. So they can make fighting the other fungal creatures a real pain in the ass. Okay, why do I have so much stuff in my inventory? I don't need this rock. Don't need... Alright. Here's one of the fungal nodes. We have to be careful, though, because when you want to harvest it, some of them will explode. Not this one, though. Alright, that's all the fungus we need. Yeah. It'll respawn eventually, but right now, we can't harvest more. We'll grab these feathers while we're here. Oh, these are the ones that I already broke. Pro feathers are also going to be kind of important. We need them to make a better ranged weapon, but you also use them to make one of the better arrows. So you do kind of need a lot of them. But the easiest way to find a lot of them is to use the resource scanner, because it'll tell you where all of the current feathers are within the areas that you've already activated the research stations. Alright, I think we got everything we can get from this trench. There was one more fungal creature that I wanted to get a look at. I saw one off in the distance. I don't know if you caught that earlier when we were about to go into the trench. One of these trenches has the entrance to the Haze lab. Or one of the entrances. I think it's the one we need to take, though. There's the lab there. I wonder if we can find the door. But our eggs are going to hatch soon, so I shouldn't be doing this. I think you can block the explosion, but you can't parry it, since that would be pretty silly. Ow. I blocked one of them and I forgot about the other one. God damn it.
Taking a look.
The eggs have hatched. That's a problem we're going to deal with in a moment. Thankfully, we don't have any food, so they shouldn't cause any trouble. If we did have food, they would try to steal it. Man, every time I see the grass parting like that, it reminds me of that one scene in The Lost World where they're up in the high hide and then the T-Rex goes by underneath. That's like the same vibe I get every time. Well, we don't need to hurry back to base now because our wayward ant children have already emerged. But yeah, there's not really a way, as far as I can tell.
Infected gnat. Looks dangerous.
There's not really a way to mitigate explosion damage. I don't think there's anything that specifically reduces it, aside from more armor. Oh, we were under the porch almost. I didn't even notice.
Gross every time. Left.
God damn. Alright, we can get away from this fucking larva. I'll take that. There should be a door around here, but I don't think we can open it. Right, kind of like where this porch turns.
My mom always says I light up a room.
Alright, we're out of the haze. Oh, you know what? This might not actually be connected to the haze lab. This might be connected to the other lab. Yeah, I think this is actually part of the black ant lab. The one over here that I'm thinking of. Because I'm remembering I used it as a shortcut. This one right here. In fact, it is marked, and I think that is the marking for the Black Anthill lab. Which is, well, the Black Anthill is kind of over here. In the middle of a biome that we haven't really touched on yet. And we're not going to do that right now, because we're going to wrap up in a moment. I just want to find the entrance to the Haze lab so we knew where it was for next time. So I think before the next episode, I'm probably going to try to make some smoothies. Just so we have some better healing. Because we're going to need it fighting this stuff. We're not going to be able to get by on just bandages. I mean, there can't be anybody home in this house, right? Surely they would have an issue with a big chunk of their backyard having a toxic cloud around it. Like, right in front of their porch. Okay. This beacon we're getting should lead us to the lab. Assuming I can, oh.
Holding my hands to my face.
Infected weevil. They just explode. That is their thing. They walk up to you and they violently explode. I was hoping he had a weevil part. I need weevil parts in order to repair my shield. They are basically the easiest way to get fungal growth, though. Considering you don't have to do anything to kill them. Alright, where is this damn hole? Going too far. There should be like a trench around here. Oh, actually, this is it. So yeah, here's one way in. We could use a Bratburst to break this open. In fact, I think this is the only way in. Oh no, I know where the other one is. I just remembered. Okay. We can do that next time. But now I know where the main entrance is, and it's marked on the map. Not going down there. We just want to get the hell out of here. So yeah, I think that was a successful episode. We managed to explore the anthill, and we made the Bratburst so that now we can unlock a few new areas. Nope, nope, nope. Oh god, I'm out of stamina. Well, I blocked and took less damage than I would have otherwise. I think these are the ones that explode. Yeah. They just constantly explode. Ow. I remember building a bridge across... Oh, fuck. I built a bridge across some of these trenches in my previous save. Specifically so that I wouldn't fall into these holes. You can't reach it here. What? Whoa. Where'd it go? He returned to his home planet, I guess. Okay, here we past the exploding tumor. Gotta be careful and thread the stick. And I'm out of bandages. So yeah, there is another way into the Haze lab that does not require an explosive, but I think it will require us to obtain a different tool instead. Which means a trip to the pond next episode. But in between episodes, I'm again gonna have to stock up on bandages and stuff. And farm some bombardier parts.
Chewy, but not bad.
I don't like that I can hear those ants making chewing sounds. Because I think they might be eating some of my bug parts that are in my chest. Alright. Time to evict these fuckers. Ugh. He's in a place where I can't even hit him. At least with this, I get health steal back. So that was a heavy attack if you hold it down long enough. I don't know if it's actually a heavy attack or if it just, like, doesn't let you queue it up indefinitely. Fucking ant. He's really in there. I'm just gonna... I can't move the chest because I'm in combat. Alright. Tenant evicted. Oh, he broke one of my torches. Or I broke one of my torches when I was stabbing wildly. Anyway, thank you for joining me for another episode of Grounded. And hopefully you enjoyed our little ant venture. Next time, we're gonna do some swimming. And then maybe go into the Haze lab, if we can get to it. But until then, you folks all take care.